Hello Internet. Welcome to the first video on my channel. I'm gonna do something really stupid and I'm going to try to make a graphic novel from scratch with zero experience. I do art, I do digital art a lot, character art, but I've never done anything big like this. This is like way out of my scope. So this is gonna be an adventure and you guys are gonna go with me because I'm scared of doing things alone. So you gotta back me up, Mom. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some character designs I did for this project, and they're not finished by any means. They're very basic character sheets that I made to introduce the characters to you. I made them are like they originated when I was like 12 years old, so I've been like so ready to get some shit out, but I just like haven't. By this time next year, I hope that it'll be done. That's like my goal. But until then, I want to do some like mini comics, some one shots, some little things that you guys can have so you guys can get feel for the characters, their dynamics, their personalities before the actual thing comes out, and you guys can like enjoy it. I want to do more on this channel than just this too. I want to have like some character design challenges would be fun. Like um I know there's another creator here down here who does like, oh, making witches out of frogs or something like that. Like that stuff's fun. I want to do stuff like that with you guys. I think if you guys would enjoy it, I would appreciate putting that out for you. Um, and like some speed paints, some like just talking videos. Yeah, let's get into it. This comic is gonna be sort of like a gothic horror kind of thing. I'm really into that shit. Like, I'm wearing my Invisible Man shirt today. This comic is going to be sort of like I'm taking inspiration from like The Crow. I love that book. I have it in my house. Buffy the Vampire Slayer a little bit. I'm watching that right now and it's so good. Biggest inspirations in terms of style are like movies like Ginger Snaps, if you guys have not seen that. Amazing movie. The video games American McGee's Alice, Alice Meadows Returns, both those games are big inspirations for me. The plot revolves around a seasoned witch resisting the path of the cult that trained him and attempting to cull any supernatural activity that threatens the life he's built apart from them. Thematically, it focuses on the processes of demand. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. It focuses on the process of dismantling manipulation, working through childhood trauma, and finding family in unexpected places. Samuel is our main protagonist. When I was designing him, I wasn't trying to go too stereotypical witch with it. I wanted to be modern with just like touches of a gothic appeal. I did two of these designs. I'll show you the first one I did on screen. I'm kind of torn between these two aesthetics for him, and hopefully his design will become a little bit more focused as I continue to learn and write about him. As a person, he's timid and tense and tends to push others away, but also cares deeply for those he considers friends. Samuel was originally conceived to be a villain for one of my other characters, but has become so independent of that story that they don't have any ties to each other anymore. I'll put his original design on screen that I did when I was like 16, but it's low key like ass, so don't even worry about that. But yeah, let me know what you think of him. Billy is a relatively newer addition to this story. I felt that it would be beneficial to have a younger character act as like a juxtaposition to the other characters, so I made her. Billy is a witch in training who develops an attachment to Samuel after she loses her father. She is bright, cheerful, and sassy, acting with a much more positive outlook on life than the others. When designing her, I wanted to focus on the fact that she had a very different relationship with magic than Samuel does, so I went with a more modern, witchy aesthetic for her outfit, which doesn't come through as much as I wanted to in her final design, as you'll see. But in the ones that I was doing beforehand, even though I like didn't like them, there was a lot more of that in there. This is obviously not her final design because, like I said, I want to push that idea more into her design. She's so new to the story that I feel like I need to spend so much more time developing her than the other characters. But I think she's still really cool and fun and cute. Lilith is also a relatively newer character, but definitely not as new as Billy is. She was originally supposed to be a spirit of death who would follow and interact with Samuel in cryptic ways before finally being revealed. Her character, like Samuel's, has changed drastically over time, though. As it is now, Lilith is a succubus who seduces crowds through music. After escaping her master in hell, she found that the human world offered so much more to her than the hellish planes she originated from. During the events of the story, she is working as a DJ at a club that Samuel frequents. That's how they meet. Lilith is the primary love interest for Samuel, though their relationship is primarily physical and a little bit toxic due to their due to both their reluctance to trust others. While I was designing her, I wanted to push that kind of cool, I don't give a fuck vibe in her pose, and also get a scoop of that sort of techno raver aesthetic in there. This was also when I started to experiment a bit style wise, so I blocked out a bunch of shadows with black as well as trying to keep the shading simple and letting the blocking do a lot of the work, which I think it looks nice, especially in this setting, this design. So for the art style for this project, I'm definitely gonna spend a lot more time working on developing it. You saw like in the last clip, I did push a little bit more. It's definitely not where I want it to be. I don't know how realistic I want it, how like versus how like cartoonish, but I think after this, I'm gonna practice with some anatomy. That's what I really need to practice anatomy, perspective, action. I think the next step in this process for me is to start doing outlines. I'm not gonna start with the big project. I think I'm gonna start with some little ones just to get like a feel for how the characters and how they talk to like how they interact with one another. So I'll have like some mini comics out before I have the full one. Um, this is like big project I've never done before, so I would love some feedback, some ideas, some tips. If you want to put them in the comments, I would be so happy to read them. If you want to support me in this endeavor, there's a Patreon link in the description as well as all my other socials. Until next time, my name is Decipher, and thank you for watching.